It's to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yeah.
First up, we want resolution 26, sale of transfer for both for the back up to the village back lot, 166. If we have money in house and about that, yeah. So I have money in house. To buy that. So this year we need something different than we've already done. We collect the money first before we submit to buy that. So. First, second, motion second. All in favor? I'll leave the any other function for me. That's very good help. Appreciate it. Thank you. Number 3, resolution authorizing creation of second. First and second. Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Next up, the resolution. $79,066. Scott? Second. Second.
Maybe you'd like to expand on these?
It's just on a level of level last week. We've got, some more flexibility about it. Max out, not all money. I mean, indoor, it's tolerant. I still have a meeting with, ILS this Wednesday. She calls the beach train, that's the fish that I fire, and ILS, others would take others, it's 30,000.
Able to report to me or the chairman the results of the meeting with ILS so that you know before these get approved, the legislature may follow it, but you know whether you got a question about that.
Yeah.
What's your caseload right now compared to?
Oh, we're a lot higher than last year, especially when it came. Yeah. This year so far, we've taken on 1,400. Last year, for the whole year, we took about 5.
And what you're taking out, what
Everything that goes for ran, violations. Just the other day, I explained, we had certain case standards. We catch like a felony, violent felony, we get charged 37 hours per employee. Right? Even if the case takes an hour. Felonies just still hard. Property has 17 hours. Misdemeanor violations are 6 hours. So when we catch another rated, depending on how that all works out, and the attorney can only cover 1,820 hours. So when we go through the different cases, the protection, the see with county staff, technically we won't be able to take the cases that are over. Sometimes not over the town. But listen, the other day, with the state, knowing this is new law, because how far you it's still on over questions. I use an example, like the state trooper, generally you get a couple miles over the speed. For about 15, 20 miles. So I don't know, but I'll, like as I saw the meeting with them on Wednesday, that was one of the talk about how far the cap is.
How many attorneys you guys have?
I have 9 attorneys, but they count case standards 7 in my hand. So, yeah, state, when they come up with this, my position is 0. My first assistant they had. Then the other attorneys are told. I have 2 part-time attorneys. That's why I about 7. So I let 7.5 years pay 20-some-odd thousand dollars. Based on I from pace. I do have an attorney starting in 2 weeks. Eventually, I have an attorney starting in August. August looks far out. Attorney starting in 2 weeks, sort of out of the something everything. Pretty comfortable. So that one hopefully looking.
I'd like to see that.
It's not a question, I just wanted to mention that I'd like to see us watch the numbers. If you're taking on more cases, then the sign council should go down. I'm not sure I've seen that yet, so I'm just.
So you're seeing the cases go down, but the costs go up.
Correct, and that's attributable to the rate. Previously, violations.
charge that to get down. So it should pass. All of those cases have to go back to the same council, no matter what, but charge.
Look at your budget, it's, you're already approaching the budgetary limit.
Yes.
You may need to find some money from the same council. That's not because things aren't working in her office or in his office, that's the rate. It's the New State double. And I think the only good news we got out of this, I think the second year, the state budget is going to cover half of that. If it's even. Five, judgment, I'll tell you, it's a good thing. It's very important. A couple, but which is July 1st. Second. Solving that area. It's the fourth. Very, very thankful. I think that we'll see. Any other discussion? All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? Resolution 6, so budget authorizing creation of secret legal provisions for public funding jobs. Position for reduce the budget by $101,500 to $94,265. So, second. Any discussion? All in favor? No opposed? Seven, authorizing creation of the law of public funding jobs. This additional substantial budget by $50,765. First, second, road room. All in favor? Aye. Anybody opposed? So resolution authorizing the creation of one type of scheme. Fiscal to fix the annual budget of $32,471. First and second. Discussion. Support. Support with the button. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Number 9. Resolution authorizing execution of 2 separate display days of these on behalf of the Congress.
First one is, Timothy Bath, executive of state with second one, actually, regarding, 96 Fire Drive, graphic. Second, discussion on that.
These are by the request of two separate attorneys. They're about that title. The first one is tax property. We took it and did it back to former owners. Well, the owners died and that, so we want to be state. And second is they're about that title.
Discussion on that. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Next up is, reallocating food, turkey, ARPA plans to push it for each other's body. That's not, so, the plan to the 9% of that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. So, it's pretty self-explanatory. We guessed at how much we were going to spend on the restaurant project. We didn't have full participation up to that level. So it was about $50,000, 600 left that had been authorized for that. So claims the authorization for that project had what it actually was, put some more money back in. And then child care boot camp originally was going to be the external fund, and then later we changed it to internal because it's going to the workforce department. We had kind of already accounted for those in our internal office budgeting, but never officially declassified those funds. Once the legislature had said to take this money and put it here. Now we're saying thank you very much, but no need exactly putting it. So we're trying to cool those up a little bit. Chairman, well, there likely will be some more right now. One of the things that we're doing is going to all the external partners, making sure they're up to speed on their project. They're going to be able to spend their money in the time that their goals are being met. So it could be throughout the course this year that we pull a little bit of money back from some people, or some may voluntarily say, I already had a conversation with at least one or more chief. It's like, well, I don't know that everything done that I said I was hoping to do, so can I give you money back? That's going on throughout the course this year because we have to have everything totally appropriated by the end of this year. So this might happen a couple more times.
So what would your plans be for those funds to start reallocating?
So I don't have plans. I can't allocate the money over you guys can. So it can be used in a number of different ways. We have people who applied previously that weren't awarded for various reasons. We had people who acquired after that said, hey, we still have any money left. And we have always the opportunity to put it in infrastructure of some sort with somebody. So it can be us, but support some municipal projects that see beneficial accounting.
So who would, what vehicle would you use to get back to the place of discussion?
I'll get back to this committee as we know right now we're pretty well evenly spent. We have to calculate a budget for the Office of Strategic Initiatives on 5.6. We have to submit that to the feds by the end of this year. So as we get closer and we can get a harder look at those numbers. For example, if it's going to be money left in this year's budget, we want to be able to know a fairly good number that we can go into going forward. Well, we won't really know until we get that year, but
Should we pick a date? I mean, because we gotta have it allocated on the end of it.
yes,
Should we say, by, let's say, September 1st?
reasonable. In the meantime, you guys, if we talk or whatever, can talk about what if we get more money, what would we like.
Thank you.
Chairman, I'd like to state that this money will most likely be used for general expenses only, but specifically.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chairman. Early in the article process, when we were meeting, for example, in shared services meetings, we queried the towns and villages, cities, and said, let Infant County put in 10 or 20% of their ARPA funds to broadband, because everybody had expressed that was a number one priority. Would you guys be willing to partner with us in some way? So we put in 10% of ours, but you put in 10% of yours, knowing well that they have far less money than we think. And many at the table said, not something we wouldn't consider. So there may be a few more of these that come in over the balance of this year, because they all have to allocate their money as well. Some of them have already been fully spent, but we know that more than half a dozen or so seemed interested and was asked about this a couple times over the last year or two. So between now and September, they have 3 or 4 more small contributions, but they understood, as Jared said, that, these are big projects, and just because you're in Williamstown and you give us $5,000, and I think you're going to build out all your house in Williamstown, but it'll help the project overall.
Okay. Well, I'm just here in case people have questions on this. We're working to put a list together, what the legislator says, what Bill says, and then we can set individual credit limits for these cards for these departments. We can, and then of course, the policy already states a single transaction limit. And that means that if anybody tries to charge over that limit, whether it's approved by Bill or not, it'll be denied. So if they're going to charge over that amount, they would have to come to purchasing and let purchasing do it for them, unless you decide to raise that amount. And really, I just came in case somebody had questions.
So you're not looking to pass this today?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. You need a motion in the second. It's also got to go through F&P. Technically, it's reversed. F&P first, we're going to general government, we'll change jurisdiction overall policy. But you get a pretty good pending F&P. Okay. Second. Second. Any other discussion? Okay, all fair? Aye. Good, both. Thank you. Mr. Chairman, I'd ask you. Thank you, everyone. Just a couple updates in DMV. Our numbers are up from last month, so it's posted on that, trending in the right direction. But let you know each month where we are with that. In the clerk's office, pistol permits, constituents should start feeling a little bit better that new applications aren't taking quite as long. I think the sheriff is up to date on all the background checks from, I'd say, last Monday or something. So still working on last week, which that's pretty good. So you can tell at what point in time there was a year and a half waiting. And he only had one individual defense process at this time. So that's really good to hear. Caught up. My office, as soon as they come in, we're calling immediately and getting them right back out. So about a 2-month, we say 3 to 6, but we've been seeing them about 2 months. So that's not back to where we were prior to the change in laws, but we're pretty darn close. So that's good. In the record center, we're plugging away at our new system, uploading documents, scanning them. A little over 75,000 documents were submitted into the system last month. We had a little issue with our scanners because the documents were pretty old documents. Believe it or not, pretty dirty documents actually. And the scanners can't take as much of that dirt and grime, so we're having to clean them about 4 to 6 times a day just to keep the ink and dust and all of that that's come from these paper copies. So we knew there was going to be hurdles. We didn't know that it would be a clean hurdle, but we're getting there. And I'll just let you know, I have with the help of the legislature, we were able to have a full-time records director of record management and a senior index clerk. My senior index clerk is leaving in the middle of July, so I have to do a little bit of restructuring, moving some employees around. So we are going to slow up a little bit in my in the record center, but we'll be back hopefully by the end of July. So a little training time, and we'll figure it out. We are moving forward with veterans starting the middle of this month. Any questions for the clerk's office?
Say 75,000 documents, is that pages or documents?
Documents.
Awesome.
What is this? Well, the hardest part is that the documents are stapled. We have to take all the staples out, or however they're fixed together. We have to make sure that they'll go through it. Scanners, not break scanner. Once it's fast, it's just the at that level. Yeah, we do have bigger scanners. Now, deal as a county like $1 billion, which is what it's here. We're not doing that. Yeah, we'll take our stuff too, man. It's gonna take a lot of documents too.
So to answer your question, both real property has a plotter that they can scan larger documents in. Highway has one, and planning is in the process of getting to one as well. So between everybody, we have the ability to scan almost anything.
So the plotters will actually be scanned?
If you buy one that does both, yeah.
Right. And actually, all of our subdivision maps back with the file in the clerk's office, we have the ability to send that out too. But that's what we don't have a cost of so they can scan it and do this. Yep.
Just kind of what I explained earlier, we're catching everybody up, make sure that contracts are all good, expenses are all good. I know at least one fairly good size project that probably is going to say thanks, but no thanks. They've been into the whole kind of issues that are going to kind of what they want to do within a cost that they found reasonable. So know more about that probably between now and next meeting. Very close to having some discussions with the state and some other partners on the most recent broadband grant project with Davis back. state so far has asked us for things in response to our application that indicate to us that they're in a real serious look. So we're feeling pretty good about that. And Phoenix wastewater project was ready to go and be fully funded. And then the state decided that they want to change the interpretation of how they award some additional funding that was available this year for the first time. So it appeared to us that we were eligible for 50% of the net project cost, which is project cost minus any other grants, which would fully fund that project. One of the criteria was population base. And so the applicant, it's the owner of the infrastructure, and they clearly met the population criteria. But because we applied for an intermunicipal grant partnered with the town of Schuylkill, who has a landslide from the industrial park to treatment plant. Our motivation is to get capacity in that industrial park. State side effects, because Schuylkill was our partner, we should count their population, even though none of it is served by that line. There's a zero population on that line that goes from the industrial park to treatment plant. So that threw us out of criteria, so we lost 10%. Or still $1 million eligible fund. What they gave that thing. So we're looking at that to try to convince them otherwise. But in time, School for Phoenix is preparing to buy for the balance of money and the states should come out. So hopefully we'll have that funded and be on the way later.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Not too many updates. It's kind of a busy time right now with tax rolls and assessment rolls, but we got all of those tentative rolls done last month. The grievance was last Tuesday for most municipalities. Some municipalities haven't had their grievance days yet. That's the property owner's opportunity to come and challenge their assessment, and then those challenges get corrected on the rolls to create the final rolls, which are published on July 1st. So this next month of June here, we'll be producing all of those. All the village tax rolls got produced throughout May. And that's pretty much it going on right now. Next month will be when I have my annual report for you all. So I'll talk a lot next month. Just to forewarn you. Yes.
City of Oswego, with their reassessment they have, you know what the rates will be? Does anyone at this point know what the tax rate will be for the
Not yet. Once those changes get done and the final roll is published, then there's more of a hard number to be able to predict that. But it's all going to come down to what the city budget gets passed as, what the county budget gets passed as, the school budget, has been passed. At least there's a number for that, but they'll be able to calculate those tax rates after July 1st once we have final numbers for that.
Well, isn't the city budget already imposed?
The city budget for next year?
We're talking next year.
Yeah. There's really no way to accurately predict a tax rate without just making the assumptions of, well, it can increase by 2% and those sorts of things. But yeah, those budgets have to be actually in place for us to know what a tax rate is actually going to be.
Yeah, because a lot of people are asking, you got letters in the mail saying how much their taxes were going to be. They do some sort of a rate to determine.
Yeah.
They use the last year's tax rate. Yeah,
It wasn't last year.
last year's tax levy with the new assessed values to come up with a new tax rate.
So the levy stays the same. That's what those questions are. But if you do equalization, I thought the rate was going to go, those tax, the rate was going to go.
The tax rates do go down, but then there was the increases in assessments. So some people did increase, some people did decrease.
Right, I understand that.
But really, all those letters were a hypothetical. What would your taxes have been if this new assessment was in place last year? That's really all those letters were supposed to show. Everyone interpreted them as this is what your taxes are going to be.
They were re-engineering the line and saying, hey, this is what you tax. Saying that.
It'll only be the case if the tax levies stay exactly the same,
Right.
and none of those assessments decreased, which hundreds of them have already decreased. So
Yeah, it's not going to be a big chunk, and it's going to make a big move.
it could. We'll have to see. We'll see. We'll see. Hopefully, in the next couple of weeks.
Don't have anything else except for the
So, so unfortunately. Those are outcomes. So what? What's happening? What? So,
The Senate Council, that won't go away even when something else.
not at this point, and hypothetically, that should change. Large. So, personally,
We have big supposed to be.
unless
favor? Any opposed? Abstained?